This is a cryptic message found in the pocket of a dead man that was never solved. These are Dorothy's red slippers that were stolen in one of the most bizarre heists in American history. And this is a psychic medium that successfully helped the police solve 65 murder cases by talking to the dead. And today, we're breaking them all down. That's right, every detail, every obscure and strange thread through all these cases, and we figure out officially, did the FBI solve it, or is the case still wide open? So of course I had to invite my good friend Joey Avery to join me, and together we uncover the mysteries of the FBI's most strange and bizarre cases. So sit back, relax, enjoy the hang with the boys, and welcome to camp. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to camp. This is Tent Talks. This is the show where I explain the most fascinating, interesting, and obscure stories from around the internet and furthermore the world and the universe to my dumbest friends. And oh boy, we got a Hall of Famer in here.
Okay.
What's up, Joey?
This is a great intro. Same as last time, just I'm the dumbest guy you know.
Absolutely.
It's great to be here, Mark.
Great to be back, actually. You
great
were on...
comedian, Joey Avery.
I didn't say that. We're going to edit that out. We had you on like a month ago, and you were a fan favorite. Ali Shamir said the guest is so cringe. These are just some comments from the YouTube channel. Black shirt guy was very annoying. He doesn't even respect religion, trying to make fun of everything. You need better guests from Bored Grape. Host, a green check mark. Guest, an X. Miles is a skinwalker mimicking what he thinks a racist is. That one's not even about you.
That's just about Miles.
But I think that's important just to bring up Miles forever. But yeah, a lot of positive comments.
Well, I think you prepped me well for it because what you said was, hey, I want you to come in. You're like, I need you to pound a couple Stellas before we start.
Yep.
And then we got into religion, which I have no background in.
Yeah.
And you know what? Some people did like it, Mark. Where are those comments?
I couldn't find
Where are
that.
those? Some people didn't like that. I like to have a little fun with things. I apologize.
All
Hey,
right.
sue me.
Well, hey,
Sometimes religions have funny things about them.
I don't think so. I think religions are only true, all of them, even when they conflict.
Yep.
So that's what I believe about religion.
That's how host gets the green check mark.
Weird how it works out. All right. But today I have a great topic for you. All right. Nothing religious. We're not going to talk about anything too important. We're just going to talk about the craziest FBI stories ever.
There are going to be a bunch of like agents in the comments. Like, this guy doesn't respect my family.
Yeah, a bunch of feds being like, dude, this guy sucks.
No, I'm excited for this. I'm excited. Well, I don't even want to go back in on religion, but I know that the initial founder of the FBI had some interesting potential sexual things.
J. Edgar Hoover?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a wild boy.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, this is just going to be sort of fun. Just you and me riffing.
Yeah.
Poorly researched and just good vibes. You know?
See, now we're into my wheelhouse.
Yeah, exactly.
Bit. Yeah. No research, just making something up off the top.
Exactly. So let's talk about how the FBI systemically targeted black people.
Okay. Well, that's not the fun vibe that you set that up as.
Okay. All right. We'll skip that one for now. But before I do that, I actually just want to give just a couple, housekeeping measures. I want to say thank you to every person that's tuned into this channel and tuned into the show and just been hanging out with us for the past couple of weeks. You guys are absolutely amazing. I appreciate you. The listeners of this show are not only handsome and beautiful, but they're smart and open-minded, and they're good people. And furthermore, I'm giving away shirts. We got merch. It's in my backpack, but they're pretty cool.
It's great merch. I've seen the shirts. Check the shirts out.
You didn't wear yours.
JoeyAvery.com.
No. That's not where you get them. That's not at all where you get them. Top comment from the Tony Hernandez episode, former NYPD cop, subway transit guy. He was a beast.
Yeah.
Love him.
Yeah.
He was Italian, but if you look at him, you're like, that is a Dominican guy.
Yeah.
But he's like, no, I'm Italian.
The type of guy who watched that guy pry the ball out at the Yankees game and was like, yeah, don't come to my city and hit a foul ball, you pussy.
Yeah. They were stoked.
That was awesome.
But the top comment was from CL20999. Craziest subway crime story I ever heard involved Jared Fogle.
Very good.
91 upvotes. You're getting a free shirt. All
You
right?
should give him a shirt that's way too big so it looks like he lost weight in honor of the great Jared Fogle.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
We're selling jeans now.
Yeah.
We're selling 5XL jeans. And then the top comment from the Skinwalker episode is actually the one that I had just read.
That's a good one.
Miles is a skinwalker mimicking what he thinks a racist is. That's from Slevin Elvin 11.
Yeah, I do want to say negative comments about me make no sense. All the ones about Miles, I'm like, these people get it, dude. This is a smart fan base.
Yeah. So that guy's getting a shirt. And we're giving out another shirt to Outdoors Every Day. This is what he said. He said, Rogan, Flagrant, Theo Vaughn having political leaders on, but not Gagnon. Nope, he's covering the important stuff. The Goat Man. So you guys are all getting free shirts, all right? I'm going to put my good friend Jaime. He does a lot of the backdoor sort of operational stuff here at camp.
Gotta have a backdoor guy.
Yeah, exactly. He's great. A lot of people think his name is Jamie, but it's not.
No,
he's
Jaime.
He's Mexican, okay? He's a good hombre.
Jaime, and all due respect to Jamie's, but Jaime hits so much harder. It's crazy.
Oh, it's crazy. Yeah, it's the same name.
It's so much better.
But
though.
one is just like so
If
flowery.
my name was Jamie, I'd be like, oh, fuck it. I'm going Jaime mode.
Yeah, it's actually Jaime.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm Mexican.
Yeah.
But yeah, turns out Mexico is sending their best sometimes.
They are.
And one of them happens to work at the campsite.
Beautiful.
And the other one is behind the tent somewhere. Christos, what's up, dude?
Doing good, gentlemen.
Christos is the Greek freak. Never seen him in my life. He sits in that room, and I only hear his voice.
It's like the Wizard of Oz.
Literally.
Yeah.
He's just tucked away. Anyway, you ready to talk about the FBI?
I am.
What do you know about the FBI?
Great people protecting the nation. I know that, when you grow up, you have this kind of like, are they like the MIB? Are they like the Men in Black? I don't know. They seem to be fighting the good fight. They do spy stuff. And then you get a little older and you read some of it and you go, I don't know if we authorize that as a democracy.
Yeah.
And I went down a J. Edgar Hoover rabbit hole because everyone, either he was secretly gay or people were using that to smear him, but he was a single man. He may or may not have worn dresses from time to time. He was attached at the hip with another fellow. And I also know the FBI was not so nice to MLK. That's my brief overview.
Yeah, I mean, I like that.
Yeah.
Gay guys that kill black guys. That's the FBI.
Yeah, that's an interesting group right there.
Yeah, it's a good group of guys. What's up, guys? We're going to take a break really quick because I need to tell you what's going on with camp. Yes, this is just a camp behind-the-scenes update, no script. I just want to tell you what's going on here at the wonderful campsite. Two things. One, we got merch. Check it out, baby. It looks beautiful. It looks absolutely amazing. It's up on the website right now. We got this shirt and we got this shirt. They're absolutely awesome. I love them. I think the logo is beautiful. And we did very limited orders. We didn't make that many shirts because, I don't know what the heck I'm doing. So they're probably going to sell out. If you want to check it out, there's also a link in the description. You can also check it out at campgoods.co. That's right, campgoods.co. Check it out, grab a shirt, join the campsite. On top of that, we also got S'more Camp. What is S'more Camp? That is the Inner Sanctum, okay? That is our weekly newsletter, sometimes multiple times a week, and it's absolutely amazing because it gives you every single update directly to your inbox of what's going on with this show every single week. It'll give you cool updates and interesting things that are happening in history just to keep you more updated on the world, to make you a more interesting human being for every room that you walk into. Things like, religion, the mafia, war, crime, things that are just, make your day better. Starting your day just reading about a terrible crime that happened. Look, there's also some good stuff. We're probably going to be doing some giveaways for people that sign up within the next 48 hours. We'll probably be sending some extra, merch too. Maybe some sneak peek deals, maybe sending some episodes that haven't come out yet. There's all sorts of incentives and cool things we're going to be doing with that community. So join the campsite. Now let's get back to the show. What's up, guys? We're going to take a break really quick because I'm coming on the road. That's right. Pottstown, PA, Friday, November 8th, 2024. I'll be at Soul Joel's. You can come see me do 1 hour of stand-up comedy, nothing more and nothing less. It's going to be an amazing time. And if you're not near Pottstown, don't worry, because I'm coming to Stamford, Connecticut. I'm going to New York Comedy Club. That's right. They have a bunch of amazing clubs in the city and also an amazing one in Stamford, Connecticut, November 13th. If you want to come hang out, come hang with me, say what's up. I'll be talking to everybody after the show. We'll be doing an hour of comedy, guys. Stand-up comedy. It's my passion. It's what I love to do when I'm not inside this tent. So come kick it with me. Bunch of crazy stories. We'll have a great time. You can find the link at my Instagram. Get it in the story. I'll put it in the description. I can't wait to see you guys there. Let's get back to the show. Yeah, that's J. Edgar Hoover is a wild guy. Confirmed bachelor, which is my favorite way that people describe gay guys back in the day.
Confirmed bachelor.
Have you ever heard this before?
No.
This is a hilarious term. So this is what they would use like prior to like being like gay people just being awesome.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like before it was like you could be on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Right.
They had to call it something else. So when a guy died and he had a roommate, they would put on his tombstone confirmed bachelor. And then I guess other gay guys would pay
that is awesome.
would pay homage, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. And they would like pull up and be like, this guy was a confirmed
That's the reality show we need. Confirmed bachelor.
Oh.
Gay guys who don't know it meeting the man of their dreams.
Have you heard this legendary I think they actually did this in like Amsterdam or some shit. I forget exactly how they set it up, but it was basically like a bunch of guys were in a house and they're all gay.
Yeah.
And they're
There's
all
a cookie on the floor or a waffle or
no,
something?
no.
Okay.
And one guy was straight and they had to figure out who the straight guy was. But here's the twist. All of them were straight. So they were all straight guys pretending to be gay guys trying to not get found out. And so they're all like, I think Steven is the gay one. But they were all straight. Or Steven's the straight one.
This is a reality show?
Yeah. I think they did like one season.
Why? I need that. Like, that's the type of, because I find a lot of our reality stuff, Love is Blind, Love Island, a bunch of hot people go to an island and then there's drama and people. I am bored by that. I want this.
Yeah.
I want closeted straight men.
Yeah.
Pretending to be gay to not get caught.
I think we started.
What if they converted? Did any of them be like, you know what? Actually, it is awesome to be fun. I do like wearing glitter. You know,
I think we started on this podcast.
Yeah,
this episode.
That's what. Okay,
I think you and I.
Interesting.
We had the audience try to figure out which one of us is gay.
The zestiest episode of camp of all time.
Also, I just want to say another housekeeping thing. A lot of people have been giving me shit. Okay, people are like, "Oh, these episodes are too dated. All right, they're too old. Sometimes I bank episodes. Sorry, guys, I just had a kid, so I've been a little bit busy. I've been doing shit with my child. Not a ton, to be honest with you.
I love the anger at free content.
I mean, it is a little dated. I get that. We bank episodes because sometimes I got to go to my kid's baseball game. Okay, sure. He's only a month old, but I'm getting him in the league. All right?
It's about that. Yeah,
exactly. So I've been going to his sports game.
Kids' baseball games have derailed a lot of comedy careers.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I've been banking a lot of episodes, but I want to try to fix that. You know what my solution is?
What?
I want to go live. We were just talking about this, but I think this is a very fun
I didn't know if you were going to drop this news.
I mean, who else? It's me.
It's you.
It's
you.
It's me in a tent.
Yeah.
I talked to HR and I talked to the executives, and this is what they had to say. We're doing it live. All right. I want to do it. I don't know exactly how or when, but I'm curious what you guys think. I want to do live episodes. I think January would be fun. And just rip a bunch of live pods. You guys can chime in.
Live is good. Then people can chime in. It feels more connected. We were talking about this. It is funny how much we are all reinventing media that's already existed.
Yeah.
It's like, let's disrupt radio. And then we do this for a while and we're like, but what if we did it live in a time slot every day and had interactions with fans?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I want to bring on porn stars.
And we got to bring back commercials and put them right in the middle, dude.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm going to have girls sit on a speaker.
Dude.
And we're going to, I'm making Stern.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we're going all the way back.
Did you ever watch Stern at your like sleepovers as a kid? I remember they'd put it on TV late at night and we'd be just like, have a girl who takes her top off, and we would just wait for it to come on, like blurred out, and just sit there and be like, I'm feeling things in my crotch.
I've never done that, to be honest with you.
And that's how we found out who the straight one was.
The confirmed bachelor.
There was only one.
Episode 1.
And it wasn't me.
Hell yeah, dude. No, my mom didn't really let me have sleepovers, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. That's why you learned all this stuff.
Yeah.
You learned how to read.
Yeah, exactly. I wasn't watching porn with my boys. Okay? I was on Wikipedia all night, just letting my autism run free.
Did you ever have the night where you did watch porn with the boys? Because I remember we figured it out, and there's like I guarantee you I'm not alone in this experience. Because I've confirmed it with a lot of people. You have one where you're like, on the internet, there's some things we can look at them. I'm just saying, and then you all kind of look at it, and you're like, all right, just face the screen. No one touch themselves, and you're just like, yep, we can watch it.
This is how weird and disturbed my friend group is that like none of my friends growing up, like again, I didn't really do sleepovers for the record because my parents are foreign, but not.
I think this is your attempt to recreate them.
Yeah, it's 4 a.m. right now. People don't realize that, but it is 4 a.m. But I remember asking my mom for the first time, like, hey mom, can I do a sleepover? And she was like, why? And I didn't have an answer. I was like, because it's fun. And she's like, so what are you gonna do? You're just gonna sleep at someone else's bed? And I was like, yeah, I guess. I didn't really go through all the logistics. My buddy Jacob just wanted to have a sleepover. And she's like, no, sleep in your own bed. And I was like, well, all right, it's a pretty good, yeah.
She just challenged the form of the entire thing.
She was like, what's the point? And
it kept you out of trouble because you get into trouble at sleepovers.
But I would go over to kids' houses during the day and they'd be like, hey, I found a crazy website. Do you want to surf the web?
Yeah,
and I'd be like, hell yeah. Then they pull up facesofdeath.com.
Oh, that's not nice.
And I was just like 12-year-old, just seeing like people blow up in Afghanistan. I was like
that's not so fun. Yeah, I haven't seen.
We were jerking off though.
I have.
Like that part was consistent.
It's a crazy thing to say out loud, but I think this is a common experience. I have not seen like real graphic war footage since I was a child.
Yeah,
like,
it is
that's
interesting.
when you see it, and then you're like, well, that's supposed to remain in childhood, of course.
Yeah, exactly. No, but they're bringing it back.
They are.
You scroll on Instagram, you're like, oh, that's a drone strike. All right.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Every life is a circle. You know what I mean? It's the Aurora Bora. You know what I mean?
That's right.
It's just
E-bomb's world, if you will.
I remember you.
Yeah, I know.
Let's talk about the FBI. All right. Obviously, the FBI paid for by our tax dollars, and they're going to investigate the most important and disturbing of cases. The first one is a song called Louie, Louie. You ever heard of this?
Mm-hmm.
You've heard of the song?
The song, yes.
The song is great. We're going to get banned.
It's the song that says Louie, Louie, right?
Louie, Louie.
Yeah. Louie,
Oh,
Louie.
no.
Oh, that one.
Louie,
Okay.
Louie. What song did you think it was?
Are these different songs or are they the same song?
I'm going to play a bit of it. We're going
Okay.
to have to cut it out.
Okay.
That way we'll play it and then we'll know how it goes and we can sing it for the people.
Yeah.
You've heard
Yeah,
this.
I know that song. Yeah.
So that way the people know it. Can you just kind of riff it?
You want me to sing that song correctly?
Well, that way people know what it is.
You do it.
Louie, Louie. Oh, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So that song,
I think I was doing Wooly Bully at first, which is a different song.
What?
That's another. We don't have to go down.
That's a different FBI investigation.
It's a real song.
I don't know what happened on that one.
I don't know, dude.
No, this one. So this is interesting. J. Edgar Hoover was like, we got to investigate Louie.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to investigate two guys named Louie. That's what he wants.
Yeah, what's this Louie situation? This is a real investigation the FBI did for 31 months. This is one of the most disturbing cases per their charter. This is a long time.
Yeah.
That the FBI was like, hey, we got to figure this out. Basically, this is a song written by Richard Berry in 1955. It then is covered by the Kingsmen, and that's the song that we all know in 1963, and the cover version sparked a nationwide controversy. This just gives you an idea of how far we've come as a nation.
Was it like because women were like twisting their hips to it and it was like, this has got to stop?
Even worse. This is in like the nascent years of like 60s rock culture. Okay. Think like the Beatles. Like this is what's happening in America. You got like anti-war movement. You got
moving towards acid.
The kids are making shit that is against the establishment.
Yeah.
And this song is basically like the Travis Scott of the time.
Yep.
To put it in perspective.
Yeah.
People were hearing this.
This is Fiend. And they would play this 17 times in a row and shake the Madison Square Garden.
Just rocking.
Yeah.
You couldn't even imagine the energy. So this comes out, and then immediately, no one can understand the lyrics. So here's what basically happens. They record it. It's alleged that they do it in like one take. The lead singer, Jack Eli, had just had his braces tightened. They had a microphone suspended from the ceiling, but it was too high. Like imagine like WWE Royal Rumble fucking Michael Buffer, but it's too high up.
Yep.
So they have to like scream it upward. They did it in like a single take using shitty equipment. The only microphone was way too high, and so like they're recording, his braces are tightened. It is basically like Saw.
Yeah.
Like it's like this is a scene from Saw. As a result, the lyrics in that song are basically unintelligible. So no one knows what they are. As a result, there's all this wild speculation that the lyrics are actually extremely vulgar.
Oh.
And then kids in school listen to the song on the radio. They go to the sock hop. They go to the Sadie Hawkins dance.
Mm-hmm.
And the song comes on. They go, do you know what this song's about? And then they slip the lyrics to each other. And then, of course, the lyrics get back to the parents. The parents get back to the principal gets back to the local police. The police get the FBI involved. And they basically do an analysis on the lyrics for over 31 months to figure out if the song is spreading vulgarity across the nation and the world.
Meanwhile, cut to us being in high school and it's Eminem
Meanwhile, it's me at a daytime hangout watching people blow up on the internet. You know what I mean? Like, it's insane. But the lyrics that people allege are pretty wild. So again, the song that, as we hear it is Louie, Louie, oh no, grab her way down low.
Oh shit!
That's what the kids are passing around.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get subterranean. I got a submarine that's ready to get wet. You know what I mean? Hey.
She had a rag on. I moved above. It won't be long. She'll slip it off. I held her in my arms and I told her I'd rather lay her again.
Ooh.
Yeah, these are...
It's hot.
Tonight at 10, I'll lay her again. Will F your girl, and by the way, and on that chair, I'll lay her there. I felt my bone in her hair.
Well, that's interesting.
You never done that?
Are we thinking pubic hair? Or are we thinking that he's doing a hair bang?
The bun smash. You never done
bun smash, dude.
You never
bun cake?
You never told a girl, like, yo, I want to smash your bun.
I want to smash that bun.
And she's like, I would love that.
Once you make that ponytail, I'll make it messy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
take you to the barbershop.
So literally the FBI like played the song backwards. They like got the original stems.
Backwards you can never do. Backwards is satanic every time.
Yeah.
Full Led Zeppelin energy.
Did you do that when you were a kid?
Oh, yeah.
I remember like being like 12 years old on YouTube and it's like the Beatles backwards.
It's like it's Satan speak. It's like, yeah, we just sound weird backwards.
Yeah, well, if you play this podcast backwards, it's very gay.
Yeah.
It is the gay.
That's interesting because it's feeling that way forwards.
Yeah. Well, that's how it is being gay. You got to go backwards and forwards.
That's right.
Basically, they examine the lyrics and they get it from the
Why
studio.
did it take them 31 months? This feels like a couple phone calls.
Right?
You know?
It was a different time.
Yeah.
They had to get a pet pigeon or some shit. I don't know,
Yeah.
smoke signals. They collect all the versions of the dirty lyrics. They collect what they claim are the real lyrics. And
if I could time travel, I would just go back in time and just slip them a copy of Wet Ass Pussy. And leave.
The Ben Shapiro version.
You wouldn't know much about this, J. Edgar Hoover. You would have never seen one of these in your life. You're going to have to conduct an investigation you hate.
It's insane. But this
Ben
was yeah, you've heard that one, right?
Oh, of course. It's the OG.
This was a national news story. It became a whole thing with the kids. They were like, oh, this is crazy.
Yeah.
The FBI basically...
Makes it even cooler. Makes it so much cooler.
You're exactly right. The FBI did the whole investigation. They were basically like, yeah, this was not bad.
Yeah.
But they
Thanks.
they conducted interviews with the sound engineers. They collected all the dirty lyrics from the principals and other school officials. They played the song at a bunch of different speeds, trying to decipher the words. They got like decoders. This is during the Cold War. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this is literally like we're having like tensions with Russia, and they literally are like, "Hang on, we need our best decoders.
Yeah.
Get off the case, okay? Stop listening."
If you try
to
to sing this at karaoke, do they have the like confirmed FBI lyrics?
You can sing that. They typically don't play that one.
Right.
But if you know, you know.
You know.
You know what I mean? They talked to the radio DJs that banned the song. And they were basically like, yeah, this is not at all what it says. He just had braces.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thanks, FBI.
And they were basically like, yeah, they closed it. No charges were filed. But the record sales increased dramatically due to the controversy. The band gained national attention. And the song became a symbol of teenage rebellion.
It's the original cancel culture.
Literally.
Everyone being like, they gonna cancel me. Boom, we just got bigger every time.
Yeah.
That's why you just gotta say it.
Yeah, well, say what?
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 I
Say
don't know.
I'm not gonna say it. And yeah, it basically became like a huge sensation. Everyone loved it, and the band got huge because of it. Literally, one of the band members, Dick Peterson,
Okay.
which that should have been a red flag.
Back to the FBI. I need to kick this investigation again. Dick Peterson?
Yeah.
Stop. Straight to jail.
Yeah, exactly. Like the lyrics are fine, but your name is turning me
Disgusting, dude. Makes me want to get my hair in a bun.
on. He said in a 2015 NPR interview, the kids thought that we got away with murder, and then we were able to just go on television shows. We went on Shindig 5 times, Hullabaloo, American Bandstand.
We went on Shindig. We went on Hullabaloo. We went on all. We had a mollywopping across the whole nation.
And literally, they were like, we went and did
Kids were
concerts,
spilling their pop.
playing huge crowds, banging children.
Whoa.
That was it. That's what they
Hold
did back
up.
in the day.
Okay.
All these rock stars.
The original. Oh, I see what you mean.
yeah.
I was thinking Michael Jackson. You're thinking Led Zeppelin.
Exactly.
Rolling Stones.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You think the Kingsmen in the 60s were like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Are you 18?
Whoa.
Yeah, we're trying to pull that thing to the side, lay her there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Bun banger.
Yeah.
And yeah, it became a huge investigation.
Yeah, it's obviously it was not such a great time for everybody, but isn't there a quaintness to thinking about living in that time where the entire FBI is like, we got to check into these lyrics. See these kids down at the soda pop shop. That
Now we just have literal rappers like on charge for like murdering people.
Yeah,
and like
that
that's
they just sung about like it's genuinely true.
There's probably legacy FBI people that like talk to their dad.
Yeah,
and they're like, yeah, I'm doing this case with this guy. He's a prominent gang member. He's got hits on people.
Confessed the details of his literal murder.
Yeah, he's like, do you have any advice for me to take on this case? And he's like,
make sure he doesn't say fuck, see? He better not be talking about copulation.
Yeah, exactly. As long as there's no girls getting banged, it's fine. You can kill guys.
Yeah.
That's what men do.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the case. The FBI, hard at work.
Yeah. So what's what the tax dollars are for.
How about the hollow nickel? You ever heard of this one?
I've never heard of the hollow nickel.
In 1953, a mundane event here in Brooklyn, New York. One of the most significant counterintelligence operations of the Cold War. Jimmy Bozart, 13-year-old newspaper delivery boy collecting payments for the Brooklyn Eagle, receives a peculiar nickel. Something strange. He sees the nickel and he's like, oh, it feels lighter than a regular nickel. He dropped it and it split open. Inside was a tiny photograph containing a complex series of numbers. The coin itself was actually two separate nickels, expertly hollowed out and fitted together. He takes it to his dad. The dad takes it to a police guy. Police guy, straight up to the FBI. It basically sits, no one knows what it is for a long time, and then they uncover that it's actually Soviet spy tradecraft.
Whoa.
Which is actually kind of sick.
That is tight.
Basically, 1957, years later, this guy, KGB officer, Reino Heihanen, attempted to defect to the U.S. Embassy in Paris. After being returned to the U.S., he revealed crucial information. He basically said that there were a ton of nickels all over Brooklyn. They were all hollowed out, and they all contained basically like Soviet code that would indicate where dead drops were in the city. Have you ever heard of a dead drop?
No, what's a dead drop?
So it's basically like one KGB spy would drop off like a bag with like radio information so that he can go back to the motherland and call in to, Putin of the time. But he would drop it like in a tree somewhere. And then the other KGB agent would know when and where it gets dropped off and then would pull up 2 or 3 hours later, grab the bag, keep it moving. That way you can never be traced. Because if 2 KGB spies meet up, you can be like, oh, that guy is a KGB spy. He's talking to this guy. But if you're a KGB spy and you kind of are walking around the park, you sit at a bench, you go by a tree, it's harder to track where you're actually dropping stuff. You throw some shit in the trash, you're like, hey, garbage. And then the next guy goes in the garbage, gets the radio out.
Do you think people are still doing that, or they just use like WhatsApp?
Yeah, I think they probably just use like Facebook Messenger.
I hate that, dude. Yeah. I liked when spycraft happened in person. You're hollowing out nickels. You're going to visit an old tree.
It's so
That's
much
real
more fun.
connection. That's like what you used to play as a kid. Now everything's just like, here's a code for your. It's just like two-factor authentication for your phone,
dude,
so that you can just text a guy.
I talked to a guy named Jack Barsky, former KGB spy, and the way he described it, he was in New York, I think in like the 80s? Yeah, it was like the 80s. He first got here. And for 10 years, he was working as a KGB spy living in New York. He ended up going to college and gave the valedictorian speech at MSG. All the while was a KGB spy.
Awesome spy.
Crazy. It's like 21 Jump Street. Because he was like 30, but going to college.
Yeah.
And was like, damn, I'm crushing all these kids. I'm the smartest guy.
Yeah.
Not only am I 30, I'm also like a Russian spy. Like he was like crushing everyone.
Why'd he quit?
Right?
He was the GOAT.
Well, this is the crazy thing. He didn't even quit. He ends up getting a job. He makes like amazing money working for like Citibank or something.
Yeah.
Like working for like a giant bank in the city. I forget exactly. Or no, it was insurance. And just had like a regular corporate job. All the while being a KGB spy. His story is insane.
Did he end up getting out because he was just like, I'm actually killing it in America? I think I'm just
crazy. He gets out because he gets a woman pregnant. Doesn't stay with the mom, but loves his daughter. Loves her so much. And then eventually he's walking. This is where the dead drops come in, because he's doing dead drops all the time. He's like getting information like, hey, there's a package here. You got to go get it. Goes and picks it up from Central Park, brings it back home. And the way that they would communicate with him is he would go to the same subway platform every day, and another KGB spy that also had information would basically denote things based off of chalk on one of the pillars in the New York City subway.
Amazing.
So you'd walk by the pole, and if it was like a white line, it was like conduct business as usual. And then if it was a red circle, it was like immediately call in, go back home. You got to go back to Russia. go away. And he walked down the train one day and sees a giant red circle. And he's like, oh shit. And he's like thinking about his daughter. He's like, I'm gonna have to leave my like 4-year-old daughter, never see her again. And then another KGB spy goes up to him and is like, hey, you have to go home. Like, you've been avoiding our messages for 2 weeks. I found you on the train platform. He literally like walks up to him in a trench coat. He's like, you have to leave. And he was like, fuck. And then eventually he ends up calling into the KGB and is like, hey, I got AIDS.
Is that what he said?
Swear to God.
What?
He calls the KGB and says, hey.
And they're like, yucky. Stay where you are.
Yeah. He was like, look, this is again during like the AIDS epidemic. Like everyone's terrified of it. He's like, look, I hooked up with the girl. Her ex-boyfriend was a heroin addict. He had AIDS, gave it to her, gave it to me. I have AIDS. I'm going to die pretty soon. And if I go to Russia, I'm going to risk making the whole country gay. And they were like, that's an excellent point. You're relieved of your duties.
Really?
Threw his radio in the river. And then lived like the next 5 years as a former KGB spy, now just working at a bank.
Yeah.
And just being like, what the fuck?
What is happening? How did this work?
Yeah, I used to be a spy. Now I'm like helping like.
That's how we get you in America. If the money doesn't get you, the pussy will. You're standing for something. Dude.
Exactly. She was like half American, half Guyanese. Like, great mix.
This guy rules.
Yeah, exactly. No, he was a stud.
I have AIDS. Gross. That's brilliant, though.
And then he ended up getting taken down like 5 years after that.
That's the ultimate calling in sick to work. That is the all-time. I don't think I could make it in today, boys.
Dude, if I was him, I would have also like put on the voice. Like, you know, if you like call out of something
Full
like, dude,
Dallas Buyers Club.
Yeah, you're like,
yeah.
I can't make it.
You do the voice where you're like, hey.
yeah. What does it sound like if you have AIDS? Hello, boys. I'm a little under the weather. So, yeah, that was a great case. The hollow nickel case. So, if you ever catch a penny, that's a little weird.
This is the type of spycraft that I like, though. FBI, Russia, finding actual tactile items.
You know what the Russians didn't anticipate, though, which is why this whole thing got broken open, is that they were passing out nickels in Brooklyn. And if there's anyone that's going to investigate a nickel, it's going to be the Jews in Brooklyn.
There it is, Mark. We knew that was...
They didn't anticipate it. We have Jewish people in New York. And they're like, yeah, who's going to be looking at the money?
Who's going to inspect the
nickel? Meanwhile, fucking Ari Goldstein was like, this nickel seems a bit weird.
Isn't that why gold medalists bite because they always pose with the medal by biting it? Because I think that's how you used to like check if shit was real.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Yeah. That's all I have on that topic. I don't have a laptop, Mark. You waiting for more on that?
They thought there was spycraft inside their silver medal.
I don't know, dude.
I don't like the way we did that.
I can't support that.
This became so political all of a sudden. I know we were saying this is just gonna be a fun episode where you just goof around, and I took it.
We're good. Well, the problem with goofing is sometimes you end up in territory and you go, hey, we're gonna back off that goof. And that's okay.
This territory is not ours. You know?
That's right. You gotta.
Why are you laughing?
Sometimes you gotta respect that.
Why are you laughing? There's nothing funny about that, okay? And it's also not a political double entendre, all right?
No.
For all my French people
definitely
listening.
not.
Let's talk about the ruby red slippers. This is
Ruby Rose? The Ruby Rose slippers.
This is another case that the FBI opened, I think in the spirit of J. Edgar Hoover, okay? There's been a theft from Judy Garland.
Oh, my.
Judy Garland's ruby red slippers get stolen in 2005, and the FBI was like, this is what Jay would have wanted.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know anything about gay people. They love Judy Garland.
I didn't know that.
Well, Mateo Lane loves Judy Garland.
Okay.
And that
works.
So I was like, that's my sample size.
Yeah.
No further investigation needed.
Done.
Stereotype confirmed.
Nailed it.
So basically, the Smithsonian Institute had one of the 4 pairs of ruby red slippers from Judy Garland's portrayal in The Wizard of Oz.
Yes.
It's actually an interesting question. What is her name in The Wizard of Oz? You've seen The Wizard of Oz.
Ooh, fucking damn, dude. I was
That's
like,
crazy, right?
Dorothy?
Oh, it is Dorothy.
Yeah,
let's fucking go.
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Culture.
King. Basically, there's 4 pairs that are known in existence, and one of them is insured for $1 million, said to be worth $2.3 million. One night, the museum, the curator walks in, the alarm's been tripped, but didn't alert anybody. The case where the ruby red slippers broken open, glass everywhere. The slippers are gone. Fuck. He calls the FBI and goes, "Hey, we got a ruby red slipper stolen." This is in 2005. This is like
Is it
recent
possible
history.
that they just accidentally clicked together a few times?
Yeah.
They got to go to Oz.
They were also
dude.
not in the best place because they weren't inside the museum. They were just sticking out underneath the museum. And so anyone on the sidewalk could be like, wait, this is ruby red slippers? But they were stolen. And the collector that owned them, this guy Michael Shaw, had loaned them to the museum. They told him, and he is heartbroken. His slippers are gone. For years, the case goes on. $250,000 reward for information. They are searching abandoned iron ore pits. They follow up on tips from the public. They go through the local criminal network, which is the funniest thing in the world.
Yeah.
They're pulling over perps for like selling drugs, and they're like,
Hold up. Let me see the shoes.
yeah. They're like, dude, these are Jordans.
Yeah.
They're like, all right. We're looking more for like ruby red, but that's fine. And then they interview all the museum staff, the visitors. It's on lockdown. And the case goes cold. Until 2017.
Whoa.
Yeah. This is in our lifetime.
Yeah.
This is what
I'm aware.
I feel like you're being snarky.
I'm just...
Let me just remind you, guy in the black shirt is so smug.
Okay.
Remember that comment.
Yeah,
okay?
I am. What do you want from me?
No. Just remember
I
that.
can only
okay?
be myself.
This is going to haunt you.
Yeah.
Okay. That moment is going to haunt you for the rest of your life. The New York Times reported in 2017 that the FBI investigation revealed this. The theft was linked to organized crime figures in Chicago, which is great.
Yeah.
Because organized crime in Chicago, I don't think is the mob anymore.
Yeah.
I think it's like
more
Oblock.
disorganized crime.
Yeah.
I think it's disorganized.
Yeah. I think it's Chief Keef. I think
Yeah,
it's literally just
100%.
him being like, yo, bro, I got a tip.
Yeah.
I know we're going to
Just
get some
King
slippers.
Von in the slippers.
Yeah. Apparently, multiple people were involved in the heist, and the shoes had crossed state lines. 2018, they do a recovery operation. The FBI recovers the slippers in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Undercover operation caught individuals attempting to extort the insurance company. The slippers were then received, authenticated by an expert, and confirmed to be the original that were stolen 10 years prior.
It's kind of a crazy heist because what is your plan? I guess it's the insurance, right? But you're going to find out.
Yeah.
You
Right?
know?
It's like, it's
And
kind
then
of,
you're also stuck with this. Now it's a nice party piece, but you can't even show it off.
also, who's going to be impressed?
Yeah.
You're a,
These are the real slippers from the Wizard of Oz. You're like, no, they're not. And like, yeah, they are. I swear to God.
like,
Google it. They're gone.
unless you're like at a cocktail party for Anderson Cooper, I don't
Yeah.
think anyone is going to give a shit about your ruby red slippers. Literally. It's like you're a gang member in Chicago.
Yeah, if someone showed me that, I'd be like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
It's good for you.
Even me, I'm like,
I'm not even a memorabilia guy. Like, there's very few things where people are like, look, I have this thing. Isn't that cool?
I don't
I'm
know
like,
if anyone
all right.
is really a memorabilia guy, I'll be honest. Like,
People are memorabilia guys.
I've been to the Hard Rock Cafe, okay, and casino. And
Yeah.
in the entire place, there's just tons of memorabilia.
Yeah.
And I've seen videos of guys and been there with my own two eyeballs and seen just like a fat fucking Italian guy smoking a cigarette in front of like Michael Jackson's like Thriller costume.
yeah.
Just like leaned up against it, like,
Look at this.
let's go play Baccarat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what they're
That's what
thinking.
memorabilia is for.
Yeah.
It's just so you can be like, I saw that thing. It will make you think though. Like when I went to like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, or maybe it's the country music, whatever the one is in Nashville, and it is the country music, and it is kind of like when you see it all organized and it takes you through the history, it's one thing. But if you just have like one thing, it's
Yeah.
like, all right,
Yeah. I think it also
here's the thing that Elvis farted in.
there's a line where something goes from memorabilia to history.
Yes,
I don't know exactly when the line is,
It's a good question.
but once it's history, I'm like, sick.
I could see you having a mini museum in one of your eventual homes.
I'm trying to do that here.
I can see that,
Yeah,
and and it's working.
that's the thing. But like, I'll be honest, memorabilia that I own is sick.
Yeah, it's just the stuff that you like.
I
is
actually might
cool.
need to recant all of this because I met a guy that was like, I went to his home in Orlando, Florida. Mike Busey.
Oh yeah, I saw that episode.
He's a legend.
That was an early episode. Was
Yeah.
that the first, like
That was
top first three? I
yeah,
think
something like that.
that was crazy.
And he is the curator of a museum known as the Sausage Castle.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a fabulous place. It's absolutely amazing. And he's a
I think
genuinely...
that's the name of that show from Amsterdam you're talking about.
yeah. Renamed the confirmed bachelor in
Yeah.
America. And we were going through his house, and he just has so much crazy shit all over the place. And he shows me a pair of glasses that he's just like holding. that have blood on them. And he's like, these are the glasses that Elvis wore when he died. And I was like, that's sick. And he's like, yeah, I know a guy. He gave it to me. I don't know. I think I should be able to say
No idea
this.
if that's true or not. But
I'm going to ask if I can say this. If I can't say it, then this is all made up. I'm just actually riffing.
yeah, well, either way, that's awesome.
Unless he,
Kind of. I mean, it's dark, but it's like, that's a thing.
unless
That's
there's
a
an
real-
FBI investigation for the stolen glasses.
stolen
In which case, I don't know anything.
The ruby red glasses.
Yeah, I know nothing about this.
Yeah, I'm like a split mind on it because as I'm thinking about it, I'm like, yeah, I mean, a room for the cool stuff would be kind of a nice touch at the house. I know.
Well, there's something
Glass
about-
case with a football. Joe Montana touch this. Go Niners.
What's up, guys? We're going to take a break really quick because you need to know what's on my wrist. This is a Whoop. It is my favorite thing ever. I'm genuinely so excited to be working with them. I wear it all the time, and here's why. I love my Whoop for a couple reasons. One, it gamifies my health. It turns my actual health into a video game. Every single morning, I can pop on to my app, and I can look at how I slept that night. I can look at how what I ate impacted how I slept, and it tells me all the metrics for my health that I need in order to perform my best, not only at the gym, but also at work, doing a podcast, listening to some scientists, doing stand-up. It helps with everything. And on top of that, I use it for my workouts. My Whoop strength trainer, literally, I type in my workouts and it tells me everything that I'm doing. It keeps my heart rate, tells me where my heart rate's at, and it keeps me on track with all of the reps and movements that I'm doing. It's absolutely awesome. And you, if you're not wearing a Whoop, you absolutely should get one. The other thing I love about it, it can give you like data on other people within your region or other groups and how they're doing. So you can keep track, see where you're at on the leaderboard. It's super fun. If you're interested in joining Whoop, taking control of your health and trying the challenge for yourself, I would implore you to go to join.whoop.com/camp. That's right. Join.whoop.com/camp. Or you can click on the link in the description. And for people that use this promo code CAMP, you will be getting a 1-month free trial of Whoop. Let's get back to the show. What's up, guys? We're going to take a break really quick because I want to help you make sports more fun. That's right. If you like watching sports, there's a way to make it 10 times more fun, and that is with Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the largest independently owned daily fantasy sports platform in North America. It's absolutely super fun and super easy to play. All you got to do is pick 2 to 6 player stats and hit more or less, and you can watch the winnings roll in. And to be honest with you, I'm pretty good. I've been winning some money, but I've lost more. I'll be honest. I'm bleeding money right now. I'm terrible at this game. I know nothing about sports. I'm awful. I always click more or less on the wrong things. So whatever I do the exact opposite. There's some people that are making, they turn $10 into $1,000 with just a few taps. Not me. Maybe you could figure it out. I don't know how to do it. So let's look at the picks from this week, shall we? This Sunday, we got the Eagles playing the Cowboys. I'm going to go more on Jalen Hurts and more on Saquon Barkley. I'll be honest, I don't know what any of that means. I thought Saquon Barkley, I thought that was a Pokemon. I'll be honest. I don't know who any of these people are. I know nothing about them, but I'm going more on both of them because I'm a believer, okay? And I think these guys, just based off how they look, they're pretty handsome, I'll be honest. So I got faith, okay? Handsome guys like this, they don't lose, right? Does Jalen Hurts lose a lot? Sometimes. All right. So look, play however you want to play. Okay. I'm just telling you how I'm playing. All right. And I got $6 down right now. And we're going to see how I do. So if you want to play Prize Picks, go to the App Store, download the Prize Picks app on your mobile device, use the promo code CAMP, C-A-M-P. And with your first $5 lineup, you will get $50 instantly deposited into your account that you are able to play with. That's right. I mean, here I am giving the good people some funds to play with. So, you're welcome. Well, let's get back to the show. Terry John Martin confessed in 2023.
TJM.
76-year-old man pleaded guilty October 2023. Admitted to using a hammer to break the museum door and display case, revealed he believed the slippers to contain real rubies. That's a mistake.
Yeah.
He thought that they were real rubies.
Guy doesn't know a lot about Hollywood, I think we're understanding here.
Yeah. And he
bad
claimed,
news for you on McDonald's commercials, my friend.
he thought it was actual rubies is the funniest part.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, of course, this Wizard of Oz.
Ruby red slippers.
Yeah, these slippers
It's
are
one of the 3 words.
How much is 1,000 rubies worth? $1 million?
It's a lot of dollars.
Yeah, if they were real rubies, it'd be $1 billion pair of shoes.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane. And he was like, oh, they're not real rubies. Claims he tried to dispose of them after learning that they were worthless. Not worthless.
They're not worthless.
That's disrespectful to
Yeah.
Judy Garland's legacy.
This guy's
and then,
too straight.
And he basically received time served due to terminal illness. And they basically sealed up the case. Got the slippers back, gave them back to Michael Shaw. He was very grateful. His mascara was running. And yeah, that's the case of the ruby
red slippers. And they found their way home.
Isn't that beautiful?
It's poetic.
Isn't it? Let me tell you about the Majestic 12. This is a saga of UFOs, deception, and Cold War intrigue.
Ooh.
Let me explain.
That's a Camp Gagnon thing right there. That is wheelhouse.
Yeah, that'll get you bricked up. 1984, an envelope arrived. Do you say envelope or envelope?
Ooh, envelope.
Arrived at the home of TV producer, oh God, Jaime Shandera.
Okay, I thought you were going to say Harvey Weinstein. The way that you reacted to that, you hit me with an oh God. I was like, uh-oh, we're going there.
No, TV producer, and no, it went to Jaime Shandera. Inside was a roll of 35mm film that would ignite one of the most controversial UFO conspiracies in history. The film contained what appeared to be explosive government documents about a secret committee called the Majestic 12. 12 elite scientists, military leaders, and government officials allegedly tasked with handling America's most sensitive UFO secrets. The story took an even stranger turn when Richard Doty entered the picture. He was a special agent with the Air Force of Special Investigations. The Air Force Office of Special Investigations. I didn't know that was an office.
I didn't know. I don't have all the offices on deck, but that one's new.
Oh, I'm in the Air Force. Oh, you fly planes? I do more like looking around.
Yeah,
I like,
but up there. I only investigate sky controversy. You bring me a Chinese spy balloon, we can cook. Someone gets killed on land, that's not my problem.
That's my dream job, actually.
Yeah.
I dress in full Blue Angels gear.
I love the Blue Angels. First of all, the Blue Angels are the Navy, but that's okay. Keep going.
But type shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then people pull you aside.
I think the Thunderbirds are the Air Force.
Let's go Thunderbirds.
And they have the colored smoke.
Not as good of a branding feel like.
The Blue Angels are the ones.
Yeah, exactly. You ever seen them?
Yeah, I have.
I went to a NASCAR race and I saw them.
So I saw them as a kid, which is how I knew that. I went to like an air show as a kid, and it's like a whole community of people that just like planes. It's awesome. Kind of awesome. But then Fleet Week in San Francisco is the coolest weekend of the year. It's in October. They do a big air show, and it's flying like through the Golden Gate Bridge over Alcatraz. Everyone floods into the city. Everyone's just on the coast. The Blue Angels do a show. They practice for a week.
They're
so
all
handsome. Hot.
It's insane.
Well-built young men.
It's crazy.
It's pretty sweet. And all the like Navy and Air Force guys come in. They're dressed as sailors, and they try and get venereal diseases in Fisherman's Wharf.
Yeah.
Which is like not even where you should hang out in San Francisco. Yeah, it's fun.
But on brand though. You know
it's awesome. I mean, that's what they're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Looking for it, smelling like it. You know,
trying to smell the ocean a little bit.
Yeah, 100%.
No, that's awesome. I actually saw a video of an air show when I was 12 years old at Jacob's house.
Okay, shout out to Jacob.
On Faces of Death. Every time I've ever seen an air show, there's always part of me that thinks back to that moment where I saw a catastrophe when I was a child, and I'm like, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, no, Fleet Week is like, it's like really fun for us, but it's a very regional thing because if a bunch of American fighter jets come flying over like Yemen to your wedding or something, it really doesn't have the same connotation.
That is a good point. Americans' reaction to fighter jets and everyone else's reaction to fighter jets
very different.
Very different.
We're like, yeah, isn't that neat? We're safe. And they're like, that is neat, but we are not safe.
Yeah, I wonder if any of them think that. Like,
they're like, that's a hell of a bird up there. I would imagine not. I would say probably not.
Yeah, I agree, actually.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I didn't agree with you at first, but then after thinking about it.
But then we thought about it.
And now that I realize
that we thought about
we're live on YouTube.
We don't need to be smug.
No, not at all, in our black shirts.
I know. I don't think I was wearing a black shirt last time. I think I was wearing a very colorful piece.
All these comments might have been about Miles, actually.
No.
In hindsight.
Yeah. Actually, let's go with that.
Let's go with the Majestic 12, shall we?
Yes.
So basically, these documents are alleged to contain multiple crashed UFOs that have been recovered, alien bodies that were in government possession. President Truman had authorized a top-secret group to handle the situation, and the government was actually reverse engineering alien technology.
Mm-hmm.
They claimed that they had all sorts of crazy documents, that they straight up had UFO footage, evidence of the secret program, crashed spacecraft, and an interview with an actual alien being.
This is the Bob Lazar theory of the case.
What is? What do you
this
mean?
whole thing, the like, we have craft, we've talked to the bodies, we have the technology. Yeah. You know the whole Bob Lazar, like, Area 50.
Yeah, but I fully believe everything Bob Lazar says.
Do you?
I believe he believes it.
Sure.
I believe he was looking at stuff being like, what the hell is this?
What do you think about the? I'm not like up on all this. I know some people probably definitely are in the comments, but like he like claims he went to MIT, and they're like, no, he didn't. But it's like, if you really believe that, just say that, right? But like he has no like proof that he was at MIT.
Yeah, I don't know all the credentialing things.
Yeah.
There's like other things where he's like at Los Alamos and he says he's there, and then they're like, well, technically he was here at this window, da 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 da. Is it possible that he was a part of like a program that went to MIT under like sort of government authority?
Yeah.
And so he's like off the standard books. Does MIT have a vested interest in sort of distancing themselves from this guy that's a UFO nut?
Yeah.
Is that possible? I tend to believe that he believes what he's saying is true. Same with like David Grush. I think he's up there being like, this is what I saw.
Yeah.
Are the things that he saw alien craft? I don't know.
We know for a fact people are seeing shit that doesn't make sense. Like, that's not even questionable.
David Fravor.
Like, UFOs are guaranteed, but whether they're alien craft or not is the debate.
Exactly.
Yeah. I also wish that with Bob Lazar, he didn't. The documentary that came out about him that I did watch, it was made by Jeremy Corbell is the other guy?
I believe so.
I don't like that guy.
Wait, why?
I think he sucks and he's annoying and kind of weird.
Are you reading your own YouTube comments? Like, if you're gonna insult the guy, you gotta at least come up with your own. Say, oh, this black
hey,
shirt.
you know, yeah. When people say things and like that are mean online, if it's like I don't like this guy at first, I'm like, oh, that hurts. Then I'm like, that's all right. I probably wouldn't like you either. It's all right. We're not supposed to like everybody.
Yeah,
trying
right?
to get broadcast to a bunch of people. Some of you are gonna fucking hate me. That's
8
okay.
billion people.
Come
I'm gonna
on.
be buddies with all of them.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. That's okay. We won't hang out more.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah,
You know, if you like me, come over to my channel. We can hang out over there.
Don't go over to that channel. It's a bad channel. Very
There's not a lot of
racist.
people there. It's very ground floor.
It's grassroots.
Grassroots.
If you want to be a part of something new, that's where you should go.
That's right. If you want to be a part of a new YouTube channel that's been around for many years, head on over to Joey Avery.
So let me tell you something about the Majestic 12. Basically, this UFO skeptic, Philip Klass, aka just a buzzkill.
Yeah.
Okay. He begins picking apart the documents, uncovering a series of damning inconsistencies. President Truman's signature was likely cut and pasted from another document. Not necessarily the worst thing. Alleged author of one of the memos was out of the country when it was supposedly written. Okay. Typewriter font didn't exist at the time that they alleged that the documents were written.
It's a bit of an issue.
But the government can't get access to anything. They have advanced technology. Security classifications use the wrong formatting. That's to throw off the people researching.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps the most damning thing was discovered by researcher Brad Sparks, who discovered that the documents contained word-for-word copies of a text from a 1950s UFO novel, Flying Saucers Are Real. Okay, so
that's not great.
Anyway, we can edit a lot of this out because I think this is saying that aliens aren't real, and I don't like that at all.
No, we'll leave that in.
But there are some interesting things that go along with this case that I think are worth considering. So there are some suspicious deaths. Adding to the intrigue were the mysterious deaths of 2 researchers connected to the case. Professor Paul Benowitz, who had been investigating UFOs near Kirtland Air Force Base, suffered a mental breakdown after being led false information. And then researcher Ron Rummel died under controversial circumstances while investigating the documents.
What were the circumstances?
He had an asthma attack and I think died.
Okay.
I don't know if that's true, but that just sounds like something that
sounds
Paul Benowitz
odd
would have.
enough.
Yeah.
Sorry about it, Paul.
If your kids are listening to this, RIP to your
Shout out to the Benowitz boys.
Yeah, we'll pour one out for
absolutely
Paul B. But this is where the Cold War connection comes in. Some researchers, including this guy Nick Redfern, suggested that the Majestic 12 documents were a part of a larger Cold War disinformation campaign, that they may have been created to hide actual classified aerospace projects. The documents could have been used to track Soviet intelligence gathering, and the UFO story provided for cover for advanced military technology testing. Now, let's go into modern times. In a fascinating turn of events, I don't even want to say fantasy, because that's going to make you think it's not real, okay?
I'm not thinking that at all.
In a
Despite
fascinating...
the overwhelming data.
Okay. In a fascinating turn of events, some of the technology described in the Majestic 12 documents have eerie parallels to modern military developments, which include advanced propulsion systems, stealth technology, and electromagnetic weapons. As noted by, quote, the debrief, while the documents themselves were fake, they may have contained kernels of truth about classified military projects. So this is kind of what I wonder with like the Lazar stuff, the Grush stuff. Are they seeing technology that is beyond what they've been trained on Because as we know, like you see a Discovery Channel show and it's like America's newest top tech.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this shouldn't be on TV.
Yeah.
Right?
Please keep that secret.
Yeah. How about this is not broadcast on Discovery Channel in between Ancient Aliens?
A hands-free fleshlight.
Wait, do they have that? We need to
call the woman.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. No.
Now we're fucking drinking. Let's go, dude. I wonder if they're seeing technology that's not accessible to them, that they're not trained on, they don't know anything about. And they're like, obviously, this is from the future. Because it basically is, but it's not alien. It's just our shit that's so far advanced that they're like, what the hell?
But in the case of Bob Lazar, he would be talking about anti-gravity propulsion systems that we would have then had in, what, the 70s or 80s? Like, that would be, we'd be using that by now.
How do you know we're fucking not, dude?
I don't know.
That's my point.
I don't think that...
What is anti-gravity, bro? A bird is anti-gravity.
No, it uses gravity.
We'll edit that, what you said.
What?
You don't talk much in this episode. I don't know if you know.
Yeah,
You're talking a lot now. And
it's just the negative comments and then you explaining stories for the entire time and me going, oh.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, the way that he described it is it's like, I don't even remember, but it's not propulsion. I mean, if we could figure out how to use that, if it was real, we'd probably have no more global warming or any of that shit.
Did you see the clip of the guy that was like, these two British guys that are podcasting, like, yeah, you know, like the global warming, the way we're preventing it is the big windmills.
Uh-huh.
And they're like, what? Like, yeah, like the turbines, the big windmills that they use to like cool down the earth. And the other guy's like, what? And he's like, yeah, that's not what they're for, bro. No, I bet you stand in front of it, you'd be colder.
That is awesome.
And he thought that the giant turbines were to cool down
just
the earth.
fans.
Yeah, exactly.
That is incredible.
Because you hear it and you're like, oh, that's a good point.
It's an interesting thought.
It's like an old Arch Barker joke. He's like, everyone's talking about global warming. Has anyone ever thought that maybe the sun is running a little hot?
Dude, I mean, is he still cooking Arj? I remember when I was coming up in comedy, he was one of the guys that I was like, he's got the best albums. I like listened to him all the time.
He's a San Francisco guy.
Yeah, that's probably why I was. And then I knew he like blew up in Australia.
Yeah.
He's like huge in Australia. He remains big in Australia.
He used to fly the Concords. He's like, I think he like lives in Australia.
It's probably,
but it still goes up on stage and he's like, man, you Australians are crazy.
Yeah, to be big in Australia and have your name be Arj Barker and not be Australian is insane. It sounds like an Australian like puking.
Yeah.
Like, Arj Barker.
I love Arj though. He's
very funny.
He's an OG legend. But that joke is always so funny. He's like, go jiggle the sun a little. You know, it's running hot and it will cool down the earth. I've never put bread in a toaster and been like, oh, why is the bread so warm?
Yeah.
It's like, no, the toaster's running hot, dude. Come on. But yeah, it's an interesting case because people are basically pointing at it to be like, is this some type of masterclass in government disinformation?
Yeah.
And as former CIA officer Kit Green told researchers, the best disinformation is 90% truth, 10% deception. So just something to consider.
That's good.
The case remains controversial because some researchers...
A whole bunch of people just got better at lying. It's like, oh, no shit. That's how you do it.
Babe, I didn't cheat on you with Sarah. Oh. That is true.
That would be the craziest defense.
Yeah.
Babe, I didn't cheat on you with Sarah. And then look like that? How could you even be mad at that?
So a lot of people still defend parts of the story. They go through the documents and they say, no, this stuff was used as disinformation, and they were basically using the UFO thing as a cover for American military tech, which, as we know, is 10 years in the future. The thing about like directed energy weapons, which, as we know, are a real thing. Like you could point a blaster at someone and it basically sends like microwaves at them or some shit and like can scramble their brain molecules.
Yep.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
That exists.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Not a controversy. Oh, there's a ray gun. You ever heard of a ray gun?
Australian dancer.
That is, we're going to move on, okay? No, Raygun is crazy. I've seen a couple of people dressed as Raygun.
Yeah, that's why it was fresh in my mind.
I thought it was good, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. She kind of killed it with that.
She kind of did.
And now you see she's challenging people?
I saw that. I was like, I knew there would be like a Hawk Tuah level like social media pivot from her because you can't have that many eyeballs without somebody from some agency being like, all right, we got to turn this into a moment.
Yeah.
She's like, so you think you can dance better than me? And then she like did a dance that like wasn't good.
Is worse.
Yeah.
Somehow she got worse. From being the most famous dancer in the world, 3 months later, got worse at dancing.
I know. And then she's like, and then like in the thing that I saw, it was like, she is Australia's #1 like B-boy dancer or something. And I'm like, yeah, but that's not like what are we doing?
The Aboriginals must be so pissed. Like these white people come here.
I think they're mad, yeah.
Mostly about the dancing.
Mostly.
Yeah.
And nothing else.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
But to think, like, there's literally the oldest ethnic group ever of the world is living in a country. They probably got some good dance moves.
I would imagine.
If I had to roll the dice on anyone in Australia being good at dancing,
not going to be a white lady.
I don't think it's Raygun.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
But she could probably be great in the podcasting space.
Yeah, I'm sure she could. Maybe we need her on Hawk Tuah.
Oh, have you been watching it?
No.
The episode she dropped this week was so good.
I watched the intro video and I watched that like 10 times because I was like, this feels like a piece of culture that needs to be studied.
Yeah, it's fabulous.
Yeah.
Me and my wife,
really
we watch
stuff.
it every Friday. It's so good.
Right before she spits on that thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
yeah, get
look,
her in the mood.
Speaking of spitting on that thing, you saw Trump spit on that thing?
Oh my God. What was it? I just saw a clip this morning. I wake up and I'm looking at my phone, which you shouldn't do, but I did. And I just go, and that's the first thing I saw. And I was like, this can't be how my day starts.
It's unbelievable.
I can't. What?
He's so chill. How is he so chill?
He's chill about certain things. He's not so chill about like the election and like democracy and shit like that.
No.
Yeah.
I think literally if the situation is like, hey, I get elected, I become president of America. Yeah. That's high stress. Like you're a week away. That is tense.
Yeah.
Less than a week, 4 days away.
Yeah.
Or maybe he doesn't become president and then has legal trouble for the rest of his life.
Right.
That's a huge problem.
Right. That is true.
If that's the case. Either way.
Crazy to be spitting on that thing in that moment.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Think about what that is.
He has done something. This is actually a good piece of just personal advice for everybody. If you're in a high stress situation, find if there's a way that you can make it fun for yourself. Like when he was like, let's do a garbage truck. I guarantee you when he put that vest on, he was like, yeah, he's giving me kind of a day to day. You know, like that's what you should do. If you're in a stressful situation, be like, how can I have a little bit of fun with this?
Exactly. That's good to keep in mind, actually. If I'm ever on trial.
Yeah.
Yeah. The judge is like, Mark, how do you plead?
Closing arguments. Spit on that thing.
Yeah, I'm going to let it rip one time.
Yeah.
And my legal counsel will be Haley Welch.
Yes.
What's up, guys? We're going to take a break really quick because it's 2024 and it's time to talk about something important. When you are seriously hurt, your injury could be worth millions. Yes, that's right. The world is a crazy place, and one person's negligence can result in another's settlement. And that's why I got to talk to you about Morgan&Morgan. Morgan&Morgan is America's largest injury law firm. They have over 100 offices nationwide and over 1,000 lawyers. Yes, these are the big boys. You know them, you see their billboards all over the world. If you ever drove down I-90 from Florida to New York, I'm telling you, you've seen the billboards, all right? Have you ever watched a UFC fight? You've seen them right on the banner. I'm telling you, these are the biggest guys in the game, all right? With over $20 billion recovered for over 500,000 clients, Morgan&Morgan has a proven track record of fighting to get you full and fair compensation. The annoying thing with most attorneys is that in order to submit a claim, you got to call them up, you got to talk to their people, you got to go back and forth on emails, you got to hope that they see it. They might charge you just to even look at their claim. Here's the cool thing with Morgan&Morgan. With 8 clicks or less, you can submit a claim and one of their licensed attorneys will take a look at it and get back to you. It's that easy. It's like ordering something off Amazon. It's just a couple clicks. You can submit your claim very easily and cheap. Yeah, how about $0? That's how much it costs to submit a claim with Morgan&Morgan. Extremely easy, no fee required. So, if you are ever injured, you can go check out Morgan&Morgan. Their fee is free unless they win. That's right, unless they win for you. Unless they fight and get you compensation, you're not paying a single dollar. That's a pretty good deal. So, for more information, go to forthepeople.com. forthepeople.com/gagnon. That's correct. forthepeople.com/gagnon, or dial pound law. That's pound 529 from your cell phone. That's for the people, forthepeople.com/gagnon, or dial pound law, pound 529 from your cell phone. This is a paid advertisement. Now let's get back to the show after this short disclaimer. What's up, guys? We're going to take a break really quick because I got to tell you about an amazing service known as Bluechew. That's right. Bluechew is a service that basically delivers this chewable tablet to your door whenever you want, once a week, once a month. I don't even know if they could do it that frequently, but they'll send it right to your door. You don't have to go to the doctor and have some awkward conversation with some guy in a lab coat, some dude that's judging you, probably, if I had to guess. With Bluechew, it's super discreet. The packaging is discreet. It's just a couple questions on their website, and they will send you chewable tablets that have basically the same active ingredients as like a Viagra or a Cialis, but at the fraction of the cost and in a chewable form. It's great. It truly is. I mean, one time I was in the woods and we were cold and it was raining, and I pitched a tent with the help of Bluechew, and everyone gathered under it, and we were safe, and it saved me and a lot of lonely people. So if you're interested in Bluechew, here's how you get it. You're going to go to bluechew.com and use the promo code GAGNON. That's right, GAGNON. It's kind of funny. Gagnon has the promo code. I don't know why exactly, but it is funny. And you're going to receive your first month for free. That's right. Bluechew.com. Use the promo code Gagnon. Check it out. Bluechew. Let's get back to the show. All right. This is a piece of research, by the way, that I didn't put together. This came from my dear friend Shoria. He's a good guy. He helps me with a lot of research.
Your friends all have great names. You have only good named friends, and then Miles.
Yeah. Ugh, Miles. Don't even get me started. That guy fucking pissing me off. Miles is currently in New Orleans for Halloween.
Oh, just slutting it up?
Slutting it up.
Wow.
Dude. Having a great time.
Was he dressed as a sexy nurse?
He was dressed as a minion. It's a
good Miles costume.
It's a great costume. I'm going to show you a picture of it because it's really funny. I hope he doesn't mind me sharing, but it's just too good not to share.
I was just wondering if he was a skinwalker cosplaying a racist.
That's what he is every other day.
Yeah.
364 days of the year, that's what he is. But on this day, he was just a minion. And I think it was a...
Oh, that is cute. Look at the boy. New Orleans is a great town, and for Halloween, the town is basically always in Halloween mode.
Yeah.
Someone, I forget who it was like, New Orleans is a Halloween-coded city, and I was like, that is so true.
Yeah, it has the sort of a stench of Halloween.
This is just a spookiness.
Yeah, exactly. He sent me the picture originally without the goggles. It was just a beanie, and I thought that he was a Make-A-Wish kid.
That would be a hell of a costume. Yeah. What are you? Before I tell you, I'm going to start by saying you're not going to love it.
Yeah.
But I am a Make-A-Wish kid.
That would be a great tandem costume.
And then what's your wish? Well,
yeah, I got some beads, actually, if I can make your wish come true. I mean, that is a great couple's costume. You go as a Make-A-Wish kid. You go as a Make-A-Wish kid, and I go as John Cena.
That's good.
That would be nice.
That would be great.
Yeah, it'd be very deep cut, but it'd be cool.
And then I'm specifically a blind Make-A-Wish kid because I can't see him.
Yeah. That's why, actually, the radiation makes people blind. Anyway,
100%.
Let's talk about Ricky McCormick.
I'd love to.
This is known as the Ricky McCormick mystery. There's a body in a cornfield. It's a scarecrow. But then there's another body.
Okay.
That's what you call mystery.
That was good. I thought we got out of that one safe.
No. June 30th, 1999. Farmers near West Alton, Missouri, make a grim discovery in their cornfield. The badly decomposed body of a 41-year-old Ricky McCormick. As reported by the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, the location was 20 miles from his home, but he had no car. But what transformed this seemingly innocuous homicide, if there ever was one?
Just a nice,
just a run-of-the-mill
amicable
murder
homicide.
Yeah. Into one of the FBI's most puzzling cases wasn't the death itself. It's what they found in his pocket. A hollowed-out quarter.
No.
Yeah. It
really?
Was. No. Boys, I think we cracked this one back in the 50s, actually.
Yeah.
Wrap up the case. Turns out Mark Gagnon, the podcaster comedian, figured it out.
Hands-free fleshlight.
Which, how do they do that? The anti-gravity technology. That's such a good idea. Hands-free fleshlight.
It's portable. It's actually working while on the go. I'm using one right now.
No. I was wondering why you were in such a good mood all day.
Yeah. I'm getting a little tired.
Idea. Wow.
I think it's done.
What number are you on? You're on fucking stroke number 8.
Big day.
That's why you said you don't look at your phone first thing in the morning.
Yeah, you
because
can't.
a part of Huberman's protocol is that you actually put on your hands-free flashlight.
Huberman's protocol.
If you want to start
to
your day properly, you wake up, you go out in the sun, you stare directly at it, you get your hands-free flashlight, you put it on,
you mount it,
you run in the park,
you go to work,
you try not to get caught. That is crazy. They need to get one with a setting where it's like remote controlled.
Yeah.
Do they have a remote control on the hands-free flashlight?
I don't know if they do.
They should do that. That sounds awesome.
They make like vibrators and like butt plugs and stuff for girls, and then like your partner can have the remote, and so you can just like buzz them while they're doing stuff. I think
For girls only?
Oh, I guess if you were willing to put something
so
in.
Embarrassing. I've been using a girl's butt plug this whole time.
This is a women's butt plug.
I wanted the man's butt
That is
plug.
unbelievable.
I think butt plugs are unisex.
I don't think so.
That's a great question. Go into a sex shop, be like, "We're the men."
Where's the men's section? I'm sorry, all these butt plugs are made for bitches. Do I look like a woman to you? Where are my butt plugs? I'm getting pissed off.
This shit is
what
pink.
happened to this country?
I'm not using a pink butt plug. I'm not gay.
What is this, a they-them butt plug? Bitch, this is Florida. There are only 2 kinds of butt plugs.
I need a Make America Great Again butt plug immediately.
The MAGA butt plug, dude. It's different.
Make America gape again,
The
dude.
handle is just Trump's hair coming.
Are you a furry? I'm a Republican. What are you talking about? Get that gay shit out of our schools.
Yeah, dude. And into our asses.
Yeah,
immediately.
Can't use a woman's butt plug.
Butt plug for straight man. Yeah, none of this.
Exactly. We don't do gender
I need a
roles.
straight male butt plug.
Yes. Ugh. What happened?
One that just plays NFL Red Zone. The audio. Every score.
You and the tight end.
Yeah.
Match. Anyway. All right.
Aaron Hernandez.
They need to make that. The hands-free fleshlight.
Yeah,
but like I want to make them where, because normally they make them after porn stars, but I want to make them after professional athletes. So if you're a straight guy and you want your hands-free fleshlight, it's
Shaq. Just a big.
You put it on your whole body. Is that a sleeping bag? It's a fleshlight, but it's the Shaq edition. Okay, it's the Shazam fleshlight. You fucking idiot. It doesn't have no culture.
You like watching Inside the NBA? Now you can be Inside the NBA.
Oh, that's good. I like
with the Dwight Howard.
yeah. The Red Rockets. Actually, the team he played for. All right. Yeah.
Okay. Back to poor Ricky.
Anyway, so a father of 3 was murdered and found in a cornfield.
It's a tough segue.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What they found in his pocket was strange, but what they found in his ass, you won't believe.
A President Hoover.
The J. Edgar Hoover. Federal butt plug. I mean, it was crazy. He was like a scarecrow. He was just on an ear of corn.
Yep.
Just out in the wild.
Rest in peace, of course.
Yeah, of course. Rest in pieces. The FBI vault records, they uncovered 2 handwritten notes filled with bizarre codes in his pocket. A string of letters and numbers arranged in random patterns, no discernible language or cipher system, written on different pieces of papers, dated 3 days before his death. As noted by the NBC News, again, fake news, even the FBI's elite cryptanalysis and racketeering records unit, another unit I didn't know that existed.
Yeah.
Cryptanalysis. It has anal right in the name.
Yep.
Isn't that amazing?
Yep.
They were stumped Dan Olson, chief of the CRRU, the thing we just said.
The crew.
Breaking the code would reveal the victim's whereabouts before his death and could lead to a solution of the homicide. This case went cold from 1999, and it was never solved. Psych!
Until
In 2012, the Riverfront Times, one of the leading newspapers, I read the Riverfront Times every morning.
Yep.
They're actually a sponsor of this podcast.
The Riverfront Times.
Yeah.
When you're in front of a river.
We've gone hyper-localized.
Yeah.
This sounds like a fake newspaper you'd find in a Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like it just has coupons.
This sounds like it's like what Tom Sawyer's dad read.
Yeah.
Did he have a dad? I don't know.
I think he does. It has the same amount of N-words.
Okay.
The Riverfront Times is the only newspaper in America that still prints the N-word, like the original Huck Finn version.
Well, their chief editor is Jim.
Yeah, exactly. Dropped a bombshell that would turn the case on its head. The McCormick family revealed this. Ricky was functionally illiterate, which is a funny way to describe being illiterate.
Confirmed bachelor.
Yeah,
Functionally illiterate.
What does functionally illiterate even
I mean,
mean?
he's like still getting things done, I guess, but like just not reading.
Yeah.
Like he knows a stop sign, but by the shape.
Yeah. He's like, he'll tune into NBC.
Yeah,
And
and
they're
be like, what?
What are those letters? He's like, that's not a letter. That's a picture. These are 3 pictures.
I'm
put
tuning
together.
into squiggly boobs
Yeah.
cul-de-sac.
They would later say that he could barely write his own name, which also same.
Right? So it was just like Charlie Day, and they just found like the lyrics to Dayman in his pocket, basically.
They had never seen him write in code. The family had to come out and say that, I guess. And the FBI told them...
Poor guy was just trying to figure out how to write and was just inventing shit up.
This is Frankenstein's monster.
Yeah,
He was just like trying to learn how to be a human. The FBI didn't tell them about the notes until 2011, 12 years after his death. That seems like something
insane.
the family should know about,
Yeah.
right? His mother, Frankie Sparks, that's not a name.
That's not a woman.
That is a porn star from
that
the 90s.
guy opens for Fat Joe.
Frankie Sparks, booty. Told reporters the only thing he could write was his name. He didn't write in no code.
He's like a Pokemon.
I feel like I fucked up the accent on this. The only thing he could write is his name. He didn't write in no code.
He ain't writing no code.
His cousin Charlie Sparks added, he couldn't spell nothing, just scribble. This became...
He was trying.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Also, who can write? I had to write notes, by the way, because every person that ordered our merch from campgoods.co got a customized note from me, yours truly. And a lot of it's illegible. I'll be honest. You're gonna
get the McCormick treatment out there. Yeah.
You're gonna get a shirt and also maybe Russian Soviet codes.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You're gonna get nuclear scribbles. My handwriting's atrocious.
Mine's not good either.
I read my handwriting and I'm like, is this a
You don't
ransom
want
letter?
a handwritten note. You'd rather just have maybe like
Yeah.
selfie.
Yeah, right? Is this what you want?
Yeah.
The case grows even more complex when we think about McCormick's final days. He had visited 2 different emergency rooms just days before his death. He complained of chest pains and breathing problems. He left both hospitals against medical advice. The exact cause of death was never determined due to decomposition. 2011, the FBI made an unprecedented public appeal for solving the code. The response was overwhelming. Amateur cryptographers worldwide attempted solutions. Online forums dedicated to breaking the code emerged.
I was going to say, I wonder what type of person is an amateur cryptographer. And then of all my friends, I realized I was sitting across from the most likely option.
By a mile.
Yeah. You would love this.
I want you to know I know Morse code.
Do you really?
When I was a kid, I learned them.
Yeah. This makes sense.
I told you I was homeschooled by a conspiracy theorist.
Yes.
And
Shout
that
out
was
to Mom.
that was a part of the curriculum.
Yeah.
She was like, dinosaurs, not real. Also, you need to learn Morse code for when the world ends.
Yeah. She's like, dinosaurs not real, but here's how I'm going to tell you.
Exactly. She was literally just like McConaughey.
Yeah. Wall Street.
Theories range from drug locations to conspiracy plots, but not a single proposed solution had been confirmed. Here are the theories. According to crime analysts, the note could be drug drop locations, gambling records, mental health symptoms, or just random scribblings of a lunatic. More controversial theories suggest drug drop locations, gambling records, and scribblings of a lunatic. Everyone agrees it's basically those things. Or some people suggest that it could be a government plot, witness protection gone wrong, or connection to a larger criminal enterprise. The FBI maintains, despite the family's claims, that McCormick wrote the code himself. As Dan Olson told reporters, I have every confidence that Ricky wrote the notes. They are done in more of a format of something written to oneself than something written to someone else. 25 years later, the crucial questions remain. How did an allegedly illiterate man create complex codes? Why did the FBI wait 12 years to tell the family about the notes? What connection, if any, exists between the codes and his death? And what happened in those final 3 days? There are a couple new developments.
How do we know that the codes are complex and not just like homie wrote the worst suicide note of all time?
Let's pull it up.
He's like trying to say, I'm sad.
Let's pull up Ricky McCormick's secret codes right here.
Yeah, let's take a peek.
I mean, it looks like something.
Yeah. It does look a bit like someone who was trying to write but didn't know how to. But at the same time...
The handwriting is decent.
Yeah.
And the letters are all... I've seen all of them.
Yeah. Oh, man. That is crazy. True Crime Garage. It's awesome.
One of my favorite
That's
garages.
the website for it.
That's actually as a local body shop I take my car to.
That's where you would go.
Yeah, exactly.
There's only one person who can solve the mystery of I don't have new oil in here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, my wife doesn't know that the check engine light means take the car. Okay, that's a weird mystery.
Ooh, what a mystery.
Yeah, exactly.
I do like whenever we just can't figure one thing out, everyone comes up with these like grand conspiracies, and sometimes they're real. Don't get me wrong, but I want to do it for the more mundane facets of my. I walk out of the bathroom, my wife's like, "Why does it smells so bad in there?" I'm like, dun-dun-dun.
Yeah.
I wonder what that could have been.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, someone else's underwear in the garage. I didn't have sex with Sarah. True Crime Garage. We clean your car the best because we never skip a detail.
Nice. That's really good, actually.
So that's a pun.
That's really good.
What
I like checked the computer. I was like, did they write that? Because that's really good.
The case is intriguing for a couple more reasons. Online communities are now rampant. There's like a ton of forums, and there's a whole Reddit page with thousands of people dedicated to solving Ricky McCormick's code. It also is the exact reason why, if I ever die, just know that I'm going to write a bunch of random shit on a bunch of pieces of paper and leave them in dead drops around the city.
You'll have a very fun death, I have no doubt.
Oh, absolutely. It's going to be a scavenger hunt.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
When I die, my life starts. Let me just put it that way. It's going to be a whirlwind. And now all these different techniques are being applied. Amateur sleuths are now proposing new theories. It's rampant all over the internet. As of 2024, the McCormick codes remain one of only 2 unbroken codes in the FBI's cryptanalysis files, along with the Zodiac Killer's 340 cipher. The case stands as a perfect storm of conflicting evidence, family testimony, and cryptographic mystery, a puzzle that continues to baffle experts and amateurs alike. This segment is brought to you by the True Crime Garage.
Yeah.
Some of the best.
How bricked do you think the FBI gets when like they're the dead body and someone's like, there's a code, and they're like, finally. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Give me that code.
Because as a kid, I loved Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
I watched every episode. I was obsessed.
Yeah.
And in my life, almost no mysteries have happened.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, the only mystery is that my wife just hides shit in the apartment. Like, it's like every time, like, or actually, no.
Gotta check the True Crime Garage.
Exactly. Like, the second I put something down, it's gone. And I go, hey, babe, where are my AirPods? Oh, I put them in your backpack. Why'd you do that?
Because she wants a clean house.
I was using them.
Yeah.
They were in my ears.
Crazy mid-pod.
I was literally listening to Joe Rogan talking to J.D. Vance, and now there's nothing in my ears.
Maybe
That's
she
weird.
doesn't like that.
Yeah, exactly. She's actually a Jill Stein girl.
Yeah.
She's a big Green Party lady.
Yeah,
Yes.
I can see that.
We're house divided.
Yeah, I bet.
I'm like, you better vote.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, well.
I always love that everyone's like encouraging everyone to vote, and I'm like, it's mostly like, vote if you agree with me.
Yeah.
Ideally.
Well, I also find only liberals tell people to vote. Conservatives are never like, guys, we got to hit the polls.
Yeah, well, there's a little bit of that now, I think.
See that?
A little bit, but it is more of a like celebrity who's assuming a lot of their audience is going to vote the right way sort of thing.
You said which way?
In their mind, the correct way.
Oh. I thought you were dropping a little hint for the people at home.
I mean, hey, get out there and vote.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Actually, by the time this comes out, the election will have already happened, I think.
We should do something fun on election night.
I agree.
Yeah.
Vandalize a courthouse.
Yeah. Take acid, wander the city, stare at people.
Send a mysterious package to the postal office.
Mm-hmm. lose our citizenship.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Be charged with tyranny.
Get a felony, see if we can still vote.
Storm the Capitol.
Okay.
This is fun.
Okay.
This could be fun. If it's as fun as the last one.
Yeah. I hope it's not. I don't want it to be fun.
By the time this comes
I want
out.
a nice, boring election.
By the time this comes out,
with my preferred result.
the thing will already have happened.
Yeah. Wow. We'll be
Not
in a
the
different
election.
situation.
Not the election, but
The thing.
the big thing.
Yeah.
And no one knows what it is, but I'm telling you right now.
When is this going to come out?
Probably Thursday.
Okay. Well, by then we will probably have tickets live to our New York comedy show
Oh, at Marylou.
at Marylou.
That was a great time.
Yeah, we had a great one. We have a comedy show at Marylou. You've mentioned it on here before, but it's been very, very fun.
It has been fun.
We've had Andrew Schultz, we've had Mark Normand, we've had Kevin Ryan, we've had Sam J.
They're about to say Kevin Hart. And I was be like, those are the same people.
We'll work on
Mark Normand and Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart. All right.
A little
A
redundant.
little gay comedy. Great room.
That's a good impression.
Thank you.
I like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was there. It was a great show.
Yeah. Our next one's going to be November 12th, right?
Yep.
At Marylou, East Village in New York.
Yeah. St. Mark's Street.
Yeah.
Something weird has happened in Marylou, actually.
What's that?
They found a code,
Oh.
an undecipherable code.
Uh-huh.
And the only people that can solve it are the people listening to this program right now.
That's right.
And if you want to solve it, you got to come out November 12th.
That's right. Yeah.
And you
We'll have
can-
a secret code.
And you can crack the code.
And we'll be giving out a hands-free flashlight.
It'll be a hands-on fleshlight. It'll actually be an acoustic fleshlight.
Yes.
It'll be Joey's throat.
Acoustic.
All right, let's end on a fun one. Okay, let me just
Yeah.
scroll through here and let me just find just a good old-fashioned FBI story.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's talk about the housewife who saw the dead, shall we?
Yes.
So, 1967, Dorothy Allison went to go see Jerry Garcia in the Grateful Dead. Next story. Let's talk about. No. Dorothy Allison was a New Jersey housewife.
You're a piece of shit, dude. You know that?
He got excited. Oh, wait, this
I
chick-
was like following along, and then I was like, oh, yep, he did it again.
No, she was just a big deadhead.
Yeah.
No, she was a New Jersey housewife. She sat at her kitchen table reading the morning paper when she was struck by a vision. According to the New York Times, she saw exactly where police would find a missing local boy in the waters near a specific bridge. When the body was found, precisely where she described, Dorothy Allison, she transformed from a housewife to a murderer.
I was going to say, into a chick who got arrested 100%.
No, into a police psychic. Literally, the FBI was like, how'd you know this? As reported by the Newark Star-Ledger, Allison's reputation grew with each case. She claimed to receive visions through ordinary objects, a hairbrush, a photograph, a gun, a knife, a piece of clothing. But what set her apart wasn't just her claimed abilities, it was her uncanny accuracy rate. Police records suggest she assisted in over 400 investigations across the fucking country. You ever heard of this?
No, I've never heard of this.
Dorothy Allison. So here's the case that made her famous. Julie Meskowitz's case is the thing that made Allison go from a local curiosity to a national phenomenon. When the 13-year-old disappeared in 1974, Allison told investigators they would find her body near water under something wooden. 2 weeks later, Julie's remains were discovered under a wooden pallet near a reservoir. The FBI took notice. In interviews preserved in FBI files, Allison described her process in haunting detail. The dead talk to me, she said. They show me their last moments, their terror, their pain. They
What a
want.
horrible job. Can you imagine?
Yeah, see, this is me just with jokes. You know what I mean? Like, I just get like sort of ha-has in my head. And I have a gift from God, don't get me wrong.
yeah,
like,
of course.
They come to my mind. I'm just like, oh, hands
Oh,
free
yeah,
fleshlight.
baby. Yeah.
How do I make hands free fleshlight into a gay NBA fan?
yeah.
And my brain just goes
Yeah,
out.
it's just built different.
But she talks to dead people. They want to be found. Her words send a chill down my spine. She would often wake screaming from vivid nightmares, grabbing a pen to sketch crime scenes she claimed she never visited. Important to claim that.
Yeah.
So. By the late 1970s, she had become what Time magazine called law enforcement's worst kept secret. Police departments nationwide sought her help, though officially they would only say they were, quote, pursuing all available leads. Which is a pretty good lead. I mean, if you can talk to the dead guy, you're like,
That's a great lead.
I mean, this is
One of the best.
pretty hot tip.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? She worked with federal agents on cases ranging from kidnapping to organized crime. All the FBI would not officially acknowledge her role until decades later. How about the Atlanta child murders? It's not what you think. This is a case in Georgia where a bunch of children were murdered.
Okay.
Her most is that what you thought it was?
Yeah, actually, I was
okay.
actually on that, but I appreciate you clarifying.
In the 80s, specifically 1980 and 81, during the Atlanta child murder investigation, according to police reports, Allison arrived uninvited and began making predictions, which would be so annoying.
Yeah, I'd be like, no, sorry.
She's like, ooh, I have a hit.
Yeah.
Ooh.
White woman behavior.
Yeah, she claimed she could, quote, see children being taken by a man in uniform, possibly a police officer. When Wayne...
Now they really don't like it.
Yeah. Like,
now they're like, okay, hey, please leave.
Yeah, she's like, I have a feeling I know who the murderer is. And they're like, get out. And she was like, it's you. Like, what?
Really leave.
We're in a Kafka trap here, okay? If I let you stay, you're going to annoy the whole fucking force. When Wayne Williams was eventually arrested, he had indeed often posed as a police officer to gain the victim's trust.
Holy shit.
That's a little spooky to me.
Yeah.
That's a little spooky to me. Her fame grew, but so did the scrutiny of her methods. The Committee for Skeptical Inquiry launched an investigation arguing her success.
It's a great podcast name.
The Committee for Skeptical Inquiry.
Yeah. What do we have today, Mark?
So annoying, dude. Miles would be the fucking chief commander. He'd be the Fuhrer of the Committee for Skeptical Inquiry. Just go with the vibes for a little. Read the room. We're having fun, all right?
This isn't NPR.
Ugh, right? It's annoying. Anyway, they said that her successes were a combination of these three things. Clever cold reading techniques, basically like intuition, kind of like what mediums that don't have mystical powers do, where like they'll meet someone, they're like, oh, your name is Raj Patel. Are you Indian? And they're like, how did you do it?
Yeah.
Clever cold reading techniques, vague predictions later interpreted as hits, and law enforcement's desperate need to believe. The most fascinating aspect of Dorothy Allison's story, according to former FBI agent Robert Ressler, wasn't whether she was genuine. It was her absolute conviction in her abilities. Unlike many psychics who hedged their predictions, Allison would stake her reputation on specific details. When she was wrong, she was devastated. When she was right, she would say, I'm just the messenger. Oh, these dead kids do all the work. Which is kind of annoying that you're putting them into a 9-to-5 after they die.
Yeah, that's tough.
Like if I die and I'm like, I gotta go back and
gotta go back to talk to this lady.
Solve my own murder. And the only person I could talk to is some fucking random old white chick. Like, ugh, this is so annoying. I'm like, can't the FBI do anything?
Yeah.
Like, I'm dead.
Yeah.
I'm under a piece of wood.
They need a Ouija board to solve this.
Ugh. She died in 1999.
But who did it?
The only person I could...
Hold on. I'm having a vision, and I am seeing her right now in a coffin. Check.
How did you do that?
I don't know, dude.
She left behind a complex legacy. Modern analysis of her case suggests that she may have helped around 65 cases, far fewer than claimed, but still remarkable. It's
65 is a lot.
That's right. If I solved 65 cases, you wouldn't hear the end of it.
No. If I solved one case, I would start a podcast called Him.
Yeah. If I found a nickel with a paper in it, I'd be like, guys, I think I'm Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Okay? More significantly, she opened the door for law enforcement's use of psychics, leading to FBI's later experiments with remote viewing and psychic detection. Let the record show, I had Andrew Bustamante, former FBI agent, technically FBI operative. An agent is someone that they sort of bring into the fold. An operative is a person that brings them in. And that was...
Mark, Bustamante, CIA, not FBI.
Christos, if you correct me one more time, I'm throwing this Greek nickel that you gave me so hard it's going to crack open and you're going to see the entire... you're going to see your future.
Trying to save you from the YouTube comments.
Anyway, he's from the CIA.
Yeah.
He's not one of those feds.
No.
He's not an FBI shill.
No.
You know
He's from the Cool Intelligence Agency,
That's
which is what it stands for.
That's a fact. He's a CIA guy. And I asked him about remote viewing. And his exact words, and I kid you not, were, I don't know.
Thank you for demystifying that.
So pretty damning if you ask me. I mean, that's,
yeah.
But I asked him, I was like, what's up with the remote viewing stuff? Are you familiar with remote viewing?
Give me a quick, so no is the answer.
Yeah, I've seen the movie. But explain the entire
maybe
thing.
just tell it to me.
Basically, if you're a remote viewer.
I was thinking of like astral projection.
Similar, but completely wrong, and I can't believe you're so dumb. Basically.
How was your FBI guy that you had on? You fuckface. Keep going.
Anyway. Your hands-free flashlights got you a little too chill for this tent, okay? Basically, what I would do is I would write down coordinates onto a piece of paper.
Mm-hmm.
And the coordinates might be of a Soviet nuclear base.
Yes.
And I would say, hey, we want to know the secrets. I'd put it onto an envelope. You wouldn't know anything.
Right.
I would hand you the envelope and I'd be like, hey, what do you see? Write down what you see. And you would write down, you would sketch things. You'd be like, I don't know what I'm looking at, but this is basically what I saw. And then they would take that and they would cross-check that with what they know about the base, or they would even just do it with a random location in the United States that they actually have confirmation on. And then they would look at it and be like, hang on, you got everything accurate. You know the exact location of the building. You know where the military base is. You mapped all these things completely accurately. That is remote viewing.
So it's people who can see coordinate, but they feel like they're like psychics basically. So they just like see coordinates and then they just fucking draw like.
Yeah, exactly. Rain Man style.
And damn.
They just
And that works for some people?
I've talked to people that are like.
Potentially?
Yeah, this is a real thing. This is absolutely true. Like I talked to a guy one time and he was like just like a regular guy. He's like an academic and he was talking about history and stuff. And I was like, we were talking, I don't even remember how we got onto it. I was like, yeah, I talked to all sorts of interesting people, UFO guys, people that talk about remote viewing. He's like, oh yeah, my wife's a remote viewer. I was like, what? Get her on the pod.
Yeah, it's in between the cushions, babe.
And my wife's a remote viewer. She's like, the clitoris is real.
Yeah.
What?
No.
Yeah, obviously.
That's crazy. Yeah, I like. There's an internet part of my brain that's just like, I'm sure there's a smart person who could be like, actually not, and here's all the reasons. Because it seems impossible.
Yeah, but also I've seen GeoGuessr.
But there's also some, yeah.
And I'm like, if this guy knows what a street in Sri Lanka looks like, then I'm like, I try. Maybe.
Not much.
This is why you get those comments.
I know, but it's fun.
It is too fun. But yeah, basically, some people have claimed that her ability to remote view and kind of talk to the dead have opened it up. And furthermore, I actually recently just did an episode on Nazis and the occult. Apparently, the Nazi government employed what they call the Pendulum Institute. This is noted in a book called Hitler's Monsters by this guy, Eric Kurlander. He's a professor down at Stetson. He's going to be coming on the podcast soon. Actually.
Sweet.
Link. And he basically said, yeah, like the Nazis straight up got mystics out of concentration camps and they're like, hey, help us do remote viewing. And according to their personal journals, they were kind of like, yo, this remote viewing shit is working. We're able to identify British ships in the Atlantic.
Whoa.
But then after the Nuremberg trials, a lot of people involved in that part of the Nazi government were like, no, it was a bunch of mumbo jumbo. It's not scientific. It's not real. And they kind of distanced themselves. Kind of strange. I don't know. I leave things open in that regard.
I like that.
I'm like, if there's, I don't know, we learn things about quantum physics all the time, quantum entanglement, some electron moves over here and moves somewhere else faster than the speed of light. How is it moving? How do the two things talk to each other?
Yeah.
No one really knows. And that's where I kind of just leave the room where I'm like, look, if we're all connected through some consciousness, you take mushrooms, you're like, wait, all things are one.
Yeah.
Then,
and it makes so much sense.
Then
when
maybe
you do it, then you're like, oh yeah, it does. It would make sense that some of our understanding of reality, given that we know that it's limited, would have flaws in its logic.
Right?
You know? And those
strange.
flaws are fun to find.
But then if there's a person that is sort of, faking it and using their intuitive abilities and their fake mysticism to try to give comfort to families whose children have been murdered.
That's the thing is you also
it's a little
could
messed
be,
up.
Yeah, you also could be exploiting a different sort of human need, which is the need to believe.
The most important need of all. I don't know. It's just interesting to me. I look at that case and I'm like, this is it's pretty strange, pretty spooky. I want to talk to a remote viewer. That's someone I need to get on the show, and I need to learn more about remote viewing because that is
do a live remote viewing.
Oh,
right?
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd be like, what's Joey doing? Right. Hands-free fleshlight again.
Yeah.
It's always the hands-free fleshlight.
That's crazy,
No,
dude.
stop.
The remote viewer's like, he's saying no. He's saying go away.
He's saying he doesn't want visitors at the moment. He's a little busy for the next 3 to 6 minutes. I'd be like, whoa, my bad. Anyway, we got way more FBI cases to go through, but so little time. Maybe we pick this up on a different date.
I would love to.
If the people enjoyed it, maybe we'll have to.
I would love that.
Also, really quick, just to make sure we're dotting all our T's and crossing all our I's here. Let me search Dorothy Allison because we were making a lot of disparaging comments about white women, and there's a good chance this woman was not.
Well, boy, she's an edge case.
All right. Maybe this isn't her. Maybe this is a different one.
Okay.
All right. So I guess she's white.
Yeah.
Yeah, it turns out she's fully white.
And that doesn't matter.
Yeah, why would it matter? You know what I mean? All people can have mystical abilities.
Can see the dead.
Yeah. It happens to just be a white woman in this case.
Yeah, it's just Kind of a deaf Karen, but I respect her.
Have you heard about the cats?
She's like, keep it down.
Do you know the cats that can detect people when they die?
No.
This is a real thing. So like in hospitals, literally, there's like these cats, and some people think that like, oh, they can smell when people are like dying. They can smell like the like some type of like cancer that's given off from them, and they like pick up on the pheromone. And so there's hospitals where like they have these cats. Let me show you. They have these hospitals where like literally.
I know about cat cafes. I don't know about the cat ER.
So like literally, the cat will walk around the hospital, and when they detect someone that's going to pass away, meet Oscar the cat, the feline that can predict when people pass away.
Aww.
In over like 50 or 60 cases in one hospital over a couple of years, the cat would go up in people's beds, and then shortly thereafter they would die. And they discovered that all of these people actually had an allergy to cats. Anyway, that's our show, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to our craziest FBI stories. We got way more. Thank you, Joey, for doing the show. I really appreciate it. This was a lot of fun. And maybe in January, we're going to do it live.
I would love to do it live. I'd love to be back. Come to our show in New York. Come see me live, joeyavery.com/live.
And where can they find you if they want to?
Yeah, Joey Avery on Instagram. I post comedy clips all the time. Joey Avery on YouTube. I have a podcast over there and post more longer stand-up as well. I'm everywhere under this name.
I love that. And also, this is Camp. You already know that. Please subscribe. Check out the channel. Tune in. We're dropping 2 episodes every week. In January, we're trying to do even more. Go to campgoods.co. You can get the merch, get the swag. I hate when people call it swag, I'll be honest.
Yeah, I think that's not you.
Yeah, that's not me.
Yeah.
Get the shirt, the uniform, the shirt. Get the shirt.
Get the shirt.
Shirts.
Yeah.
Plural shirts. Get all the shirts. Buy them all out, okay? I'll send them to you. And thank you guys for commenting. Please, the top comment on this video is going to get a free shirt, all right? I'm just dishing them out. I'm bleeding money over here, okay?
And I will not be reading that comment.
Yeah, because I have a feeling it's going to be pretty disparaging. It's going to be a lot of angry Sri Lankans in the comments, all right? Thank you guys so much.
Shout out to Sri Lanka. I love you guys.
See you next week.